Friday the 13th, the game, released in May 2017. That was 6 years ago. It's now 2023, and I totally forgot I owned this game and had barely played it. So, being an achievement hunter, and seeing it was only worth 1000 gamer score, I decided it wouldn't take too long to 100% the game and uninstall it out of the way. Oh, how wrong I was. Friday the 13th has some seriously long-winded achievements. I mean, seriously long-winded. You need 1000 games as Jason and 1000 games as a counsellor. That's ignoring all the other achievements, because these are by far the two most tedious. But are they even possible? Is this game even still alive and playable in 2023? Could I just play against bots instead? Well, I'm glad you asked. Without further ado, let's take a look at Friday the 13th, the game, in 2023. Before taking a closer look at the achievements in this game, we'll start by looking at the gameplay from the Counsellor's point of view and then Jason's point of view. Starting with the Counsellors, your entire objective is to escape or survive the night. Jason is hunting you down one by one, and you have multiple options of escape and also multiple options to help prolong your life instead of dying horribly. Your options of escape exist in the form of a 4-seat car that requires a battery, gas, and a set of keys. This is usually the go-to option because it can obviously transport 4 survivors, which is half of the counsellors basically escaping already. However, you not only need to fix the car, start the engine, which makes noise, you then need to drive it out of the map without getting stopped by Jason. If he does stop you, you will need to start the engine all over again, giving Jason ample time to start grabbing you and your friends out of the car and killing you. The 2-seat car will sometimes be your other means of escape, and it follows exactly the same rules as the 4-seater, but this time, only 2 of you can escape instead of 4. What sometimes spawns instead of the 2-seat car is the boat. The boat is similar to the 2-seat car, as it can only help 2 people to escape, but it does take slightly less work. The boat requires a propeller and then some gas, and unlike the cars, it doesn't need a set of keys, so you can just start the engine and then sail out of the map. However, Jason can very easily stop the boat by knocking you out of it, and if he gets you in the water, he can instantly kill you. What is frustrating about this, and the car sometimes as well, is Jason can just keep knocking you out of the boat or keep stopping the car, because you need to start the engines again, which takes time, but then he can just stand there and keep spamming the same button, keeping you in a loop of getting knocked out of the boat or slamming the car hood and then just, either grabbing you out of the car or killing you in the water. There should have been some form of cooldown to stop Jason from just spamming it, but there isn't, so your next option lies with the police. This method does require some luck. You first need to find a fuse box on the side of a random house in the map, and then you will also need to find the fuse. Only one fuse spawns, which is incredibly annoying, because sometimes another counsellor will have it and just not fix the fuse box or not find it. Once the fuse box is fixed, you can go inside the house it is attached to and find a phone, and then use that phone to obviously phone the police. Once the police have been called, a 5-minute timer starts, and at the end of it, the police spawn at a random exit on the map. If you can get to the police, you will escape. This method is better for all players, because everyone can escape to the police, but finding the fuse, fixing the fuse box, and then waiting out the timer is a lot of time for Jason to find and kill you. Not to mention, Jason can see the fuse box on the map, so he can trap it early on in the game. Your next method of escape is waiting out the night. This method can work, but it all depends on how long your friends can survive. The game lasts for 20 minutes. If you can evade and avoid Jason for that length of time, you will automatically win. However, this method isn't the go-to because it makes far more sense to actively try and find means of escape rather than just waiting and hoping for 20 minutes. Your last option of escape, or surviving the night, is calling Tommy Jarvis and killing Jason Voorhees. You can find the radio to call Tommy by finding a random house that has a red and white broadcast tower next to it. By calling Tommy, a dead or escaped player will come back and spawn as him. Using Tommy and a female counsellor who is using Pamela's sweater, you can in fact kill Jason. It's complicated, and you need a team who are communicating and people who know what they're doing, but ultimately it can be done. It's difficult, so don't expect to be doing it every single game. Moving on from your methods of escape, there are items and things in the environment that can help prolong your life, even if just for a few extra minutes. These are multiple variations of melee weapons that can be used to attack and stun Jason. This is good because stunning him buys you time, but the risk is that you swing a weapon at him, he could grab you. There are also bear traps lying around that you can set with the hopes that Jason will walk into them, stunning him for a few seconds. The downside is that other counsellors can also step into them, and you yourself can step into them. This isn't ideal. You can also barricade doors, meaning Jason will have to swing his weapon at the door multiple times to break it open, giving you more time to get away from him. You can also find flare guns and even shotguns lying around. These are both one-use items. The flare gun stuns Jason for a few seconds, and the shotgun can knock him to the ground, stunning him even longer. However, be careful, because hitting another counsellor with either of these will kill them, marking you as a traitor and losing you points. The last few items include firecrackers, pocket knives, healing sprays, maps, and radios. Radios allow you to talk to other players in-game across long distances. Having a map allows you to see the entire map, where things are, and where other people are. Firecrackers can be used to distract Jason or to stun him. Pocket knives allow you to break free from a grab from Jason, and healing sprays, of course, let you heal yourself and other people. It kind of do. Overall, Counsellor gameplay is actually quite fun, and as you learn how to do things, you will enjoy the game more. Getting chased by Jason and outsmarting him is very fun, and fighting back against him is even better. It's great playing with friends, communicating, and trying to get everyone out before Jason can kill you. Sadly, most people don't talk in-game, making the proximity chat feature of the game pretty null and void, especially on Xbox, as me and my friends just use party chat instead. Other than that though, if you want to get chased by an iconic horror slasher, playing as Counsellor is great fun. Playing as Jason is pretty fun too. There are multiple Jasons to pick from, each with strengths and weaknesses that I'm not going to go into for the sake of time. Each Jason can be picked depending on what playstyle you like. However, every Jason has the same 4 abilities. These abilities unlock over the course of a game in the following order: Morph, Sense, Shift, and Stalk, followed by Rage. Morph allows you to teleport anywhere on the map. Sense allows you to more easily seek out counsellors. Shift allows you to zoom around the map extremely fast and invisible. And Stalk makes it so counsellors don't know you're coming unless they see you. Rage is unlocked, usually towards the end of a game. Rage enhances all your other powers and also allows you to just walk through locked doors instead of having to break them. Playing as Jason can sometimes be very 50-50. Some games, you'll feel exactly like Jason was meant to be. A powerful, unstoppable slasher that kills everyone he comes across. But other games, you'll come up against a team that know exactly how to kill you, or know how to spam you with attacks and perpetually keep you stunned. And you just kind of have to deal with it, and you feel pretty helpless. So you need to be prepared to have some games where you'll lose really quickly. And it can be really frustrating at times because you're supposed to be Jason Voorhees, but then you have these 5 teenagers hitting you with baseball bats and keeping you perpetually stunned, and it's just like, alright, cool, I guess I'll just not play the game then. Other than that, there's not really much to say about Jason. You chase people, you grab people, you can do fun kills in the environment, you can do them with your weapon, and there are throwing knives that you can throw at survivors to slow them down. But other than that, there's not really much to say. It's a lot simpler. Seek and destroy. The game doesn't have many issues. You will sometimes get a crash or be disconnected from a lobby, but the worst issue by far is getting a level reset. This happened to me already. As you can see, probably maybe by the end of the gameplay of this video, I leveled up to level 4, and this is because my account level was reset like 3 weeks ago, and it's just really put me off the game because level, believe it or not, is how you unlock counsellors, new Jasons, and unique kills. And this is really annoying because I had things unlocked and now I've lost them all. It's just frustrating because it means working towards unlocking things can feel kind of pointless because you know at any time your level could be randomly wiped. And I've tried to fix this issue, but I've had no success, so I was hoping it would just fix itself, but evidently when I've gathered gameplay today, it has not. So keep that in mind if you were planning on grinding out levels in this game, that it could just get wiped. The game also has an offline mode. In offline mode, you play as Jason against a team full of bots. You cannot, however, play as a counsellor against an AI Jason. Now the good thing about offline mode is that quite a few of the achievements can actually be completed in this mode, and it also allows you to practice as Jason with full control of the settings. You choose the map, the weather, how difficult the counsellor AI is to play against, etc, etc. The virtual cabin is also a cool mode where you are first person inside a cabin and you can move around and learn about the Friday films and also about the development of the game. It has no achievements tied to it and there's no gameplay as such, but it's a very cool little mode, and I think honestly more games should do this because it really lets players see what went on during the development cycle of their favourite games. It's just really interesting. Friday the 13th, the game, is a pretty fun experience most of the time. While some of the achievements are a bit extreme, requiring 1000 games as Jason and 1000 games as a counsellor being top of the list, for an average player this won't put them off and they can easily pick the game up and start having fun with it. The game is even better with friends, and if you have a big enough group, I would highly recommend trying a private lobby and using game chat for the extra layer of fear it adds to gameplay. Overall, Friday the 13th the game is a decent game. It does have some issues, and it is no longer supported, but if you're looking for some quick fun with friends, I recommend this game. And that's my review of Friday the 13th. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Stay safe, and bye-bye.